Nairobi.
Let's now see what's been trending. Obviously, the high cost of living, fuel prices hike. It's a part of what formed the conversation, especially among Kenyans on X now over the weekend. So Winfrey Owino is here with us. And Winfrey, we've seen different. And let me begin with what the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, after he returned from Colombia, his statements, even most Kenyans or some Kenyans were saying that that's not his handwriting, because the first thing that he did was to really condemn what especially Moses Kuria, cabinet secretary, said, and also the economic advisor to President William Ruto. Very demoralizing sentiments for Kenyans who are already grappling with the high cost of living and now the increased fuel prices. What did you tell of what was happening between the top leaders in the country?
Well, Purity, actually, we start from last year, June 30th, when Kenya Kwanza were launching their manifesto, and they really came out. Actually, their campaigning point was the cost of living, and that's actually what brought them the votes. So fast forward to a year later, slightly a year later, we are now seeing different, it's a different tune altogether, because the fuel prices indeed went up to past 200 shillings, which is like the highest it has ever been in the country since independence. So yeah, the Kenya Kwanza leaders came out, and it was very interesting to see the Deputy President speaking a very different tune from the other leaders. I don't know if it's because he was away, or maybe it's his communication team that was working, but indeed it came out that it cannot be him, because actually this is a statement, it was actually just a statement he released. He didn't speak it physically the way we'd see the Deputy President speaking. Right. So it was very interesting to see him actually condemning the leaders who came out, and it came out like chiding Kenyans, telling them like Nabado, brace yourselves for more, you see. Actually on Friday, the trade CS made very controversial remarks, and at this point we all know he's known for his controversy and the remarks he makes on X. So he said, let's brace for ourselves for more. You can throw stones at him all you want, but what is really the fact is that by February next year, fuel prices will go up to 260 shillings. Yeah. And he said it, he was like, I'm not lying to you, you know. And then you also see the president's top economic advisor also coming out and telling us, Kenyans, that indeed we promised you this, but we are not God. We are bound to fail. We are just we are coming up with solutions, hoping that they will work. And if they don't work, you can't blame us. And I remember there was a tweet asking him, so why did you promise us this then? That person was actually asking him, but the president said this during the campaign, and he just replied with 2 words. Yeah. Did you believe them? So what's coming out is that indeed, they used the cost of living as a campaigning tool for them, but where we are now, they are coming to terms with the reality, like the harsh reality on the ground. And you also continue seeing these Kenya Kwanza leaders coming out to actually tell people, this thing is here, the high cost of living is here, it is beyond our control, and we cannot even actually do anything about it. And you're also seeing some division coming out. You've spoken about the DP, and you also see Boni Halwale also asking the president to sack the energy CS, Chirchir, the trade CS, Kuria, and even the economic advisors of the president. And then also yesterday, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Musalia Mudavadi, actually hinted at a possible cabinet reshuffle. He was saying any person who has been appointed by the president and is not working in accordance with what the president wants, the president is free to actually relieve them of their duties. So it's not yet official, but people are actually speculating of a possible cabinet reshuffle. But this has happened before and nothing was done. So it's also very possible that nothing will be done. This will all be swept under the carpet and we keep on moving. But the high cost of fuel is actually pinching each and every Kenyan. Whether you have a car or you use a matatu, you'll still feel the effect of it. So basically, Kenyans are just talking about the high cost of fuel and how actually the Kenya Kwanza government has changed its whole tune around this cost of living topic, Purity. And the fact that Winfrey, the leaders are agreeing that it's a global problem, it's the same way or saying that President Uhuru Kenyatta was right when he said that this is a global problem, but they came out
without facts. Let me say without facts, because now they're agreeing it's a global problem. But now, where does this leave Kenyans? The fact that President William Ruto's economic advisor, David Ndii, comes out to compare the country with doctors losing patients, irrespective of their expertise. That's what he said on his tweet. I mean, what does this leave Kenyans, really?
Well, from actually where we are, it's you and you.
Yeah.
There is no one who is coming to save you. Because actually I was even seeing another tweet from a European platform. They were saying there's no way the Russia-Ukraine war and the sanctions can affect fuel prices in East Africa. It only affects Europe. So it's still a blame game that nobody understands, but the fact of the matter is that this thing is global. And that's why when you look at it, I think the only thing that can work, which it's still not very like quantifiable in how it will work, but I think us using this energy saving methods, the ones the president is championing for, I think he saw the global problem of fuel, and that's why he's been calling out the electric. He's been bringing in the electric cars, electric motorbikes. He's calling for sustainable energy activities to take place. So I think that's the only option we have at this moment. It's either you bear the cost of the high fuel and the energy around it, or you just opt to go the solar way or any other energy saving method you can use.
All right, now let's talk about what's been happening across several African countries, especially the West. Coups, I know there have been conversations around a coup in Congo, Brazzaville, but I do understand the state did say that there was no coup. The president is away in New York. So what's the latest?
Well, actually, it was speculations that emerged online last evening about there being a coup or plans of having a coup in Congo, Brazzaville. But actually the government spokesperson came out, released a statement. Actually, it's a French-speaking country, so the statement was in French, but he actually dismissed the speculations and termed them as fake news. So it means according to the government of Congo Brazzaville, there is no coup or there are no plans of sort. But we understand the president was actually in New York. He's supposed to be attending the UN General Assembly. And when you look at history, there are some countries where coups have happened when the president is representing the state at an international forum, like in Nigeria before it has happened. So it's not something new, but it's we'll keep an eye on it, definitely. But maybe just to debunk the facts around this, I was also confused, and I know somebody watching us is also confused. There is the Democratic Republic of Congo that is on the east side of Congo River. Now, that is the Congo that is part of the EAC community. And then there's the Congo Brazzaville that is now on the western side. That is now, they were colonized by the French also. So it's highly likely there could be talks of coup, because we've seen most of these countries colonized by the French coming up with uprisings that end up in coups and all that. So basically that's the difference. We have the Democratic Republic of Congo that is in EAC, and the Congo Brazzaville that is now on the western side of the country, western side of Congo River, sorry. So yes, Purity, definitely we'll keep an eye on it. It's like a story that is highly likely to develop today and even tomorrow.
All right, Winfrey, thank you so much. It's always great having you right here as we discuss what's happening online. We now take a first commercial break right here at the KTN News Diary, but is there anything that can be done to reverse this, that the country is going through, the high cost of living, the fuel prices? Martin Chomba, the chair, Petroleum Outlets Association of Kenya, was at the Situation Room that's on Spice FM, and we'll be back with that conversation. Stay with us.